Oh, guys. Hey. Hey, what's going on? So first and foremost, I apologize for being gone so long. I did not expect to take so long of a hiatus. I did want to get videos out pretty consistently at like a week, 2-week basis. But I got really addicted to Smash Bros. No like tragic events going on, the reason I've been gone. Just literally, I have been so addicted to playing Smash Bros with my friends, by myself. I've just been playing it non-stop, literally, since I left 2 months ago. Oh my! So now, with that being said, let's talk about some Smash Bros. So I feel like the first thing that definitely needs to be brought up when it comes to Smash Bros is just how insane and awesome the concept itself is. Like, whereas now the world is so accustomed and used to big crossover events, you've got like Avengers and you've got, well, Smash Bros obviously, but then you have stuff like Dead by Daylight. That game has so many crossovers. Fortnite.
Who is it? What? I should kick your...
But back in 1999, like, video games were big, but they were still getting bigger. And crossovers in general weren't as big of a deal, not nearly as big of a deal as they are now, where you expect it in every single movie that you like. When Smash Bros. Came out in 1999, it was like crossovers were not that big of a deal. So to see Mario throwing Pikachu with Captain Falcon, at the time people were like, who's Captain Falcon? Who's this guy? Oh, Falcon Punch! Oh my... I'm not super educated on Smash 64, the first Smash Bros, because I haven't played it. It's one of only 2 that I haven't played. Well, there's only 5. I mean, I haven't played 2 of 5. That's like half the games. But I think my absolute favorite thing about Smash 64 was that one trailer from, I'm guessing it was probably 1999, where they just have the mascots. They have like Mario and Yoshi and Donkey Kong and Pikachu. I think it's just the 4 of them. And they just start beating the shit out of each other. It's hilarious. I think it'd be safe to say that that trailer is my favorite piece of Nintendo-related marketing ever. Because A, you have Yoshi getting jumped, which is hilarious, and then B, he gets revenge by giving Donkey Kong brain damage, which is even funnier. But moving on from that, my journey with Smash Bros. Started more than a decade ago with Brawl. I'm going to move on to Brawl now. I'll come back to Melee because that's what this video, the bulk of this video is going to be. So I'm going to move past Melee for now and come back to it after I've talked about Brawl and Ultimate just a little bit. But like I said, my journey with Smash Bros. Started with Brawl years and years ago when I was like actually a kid. With, you know, I'm not old now, but I was younger back then.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
I put so many hours into that game. Like, even I don't think it matters how much Smash Bros. I play now, because I don't even think I can top how many hours I played in Brawl trying to unlock Shadow, because my friend told me you had to play like 2,000 hours to unlock Shadow. I hate you, Jared. But jokes aside, I loved Brawl. Like, that was honestly probably my intro to fighting games, period, was Smash Bros. Brawl. That was like the first one I played. Then I think I probably got into like Mortal Kombat 9. I had a good lineup. It's definitely my least favorite now as I play the games more competitively. It's very floaty, it's very slow, but it'll always have a special place in my heart because I played that game so much as a kid, and I won't trash on Brawl. Because it has a lot of really good stuff. There's a lot of extras, there's a lot of characters to unlock, the subspace, the story mode's great. I won't trash on Brawl. It's not what it was when I was a kid, but neither are most things in life. So Brawl's good. I like Brawl. And I'm unfortunately not going to talk about Smash 4 just because I don't have any experience with it. Like, I played it a minuscule amount at a friend's house when I was like 10, a couple of times. I don't remember much from it. I don't remember anything about my experience with it because it was so long ago. I won't rule out actually trying it in the future because I am like so hooked on Smash Bros. Right now, especially Melee and Ultimate. I'm playing so much of both of those, but I don't really have anything to say about Smash 4 at the moment. And that leaves us with Ultimate and Melee. So I'm going to talk about Ultimate first because that is mostly the bulk of where I've been since the Sonic Generations video. So essentially, almost right after that Sonic Generations video came out, me and my buddies here at college, especially my roommate, started playing just a little bit of Smash Ultimate on my roommate's Nintendo Switch, and we got a little bit addicted to it. But essentially, it just became like a nightly thing. At its core, there was mostly 4 of us. It'd be me, my roommate, and 2 other guys. Sometimes it was only 3. But we got up to like 5, 6, 7, 8. We've played a max 8 games like max 8 people games in Ultimate, because there are so many guys here on my residence that just love Smash Bros. It's kind of like, no matter how different we all are, it's like a uniting force for all of us to just come together and beat the shit out of each other in Smash Bros. And I think that's beautiful. But I'd say the other big thing Ultimate did for me, aside from, you know, getting me close with friends, having amazing group nights just playing Smash, was introducing me to Super Smash Bros. Melee. Melee might just be the most technically interesting video game I have ever seen. From what I can tell, Melee has some of the most unintentionally refined, controlled gameplay out of any video game that is so unique that it has not been replicated since. And to kind of give an example of that, Melee has a competitive scene. Understatement of the century. Like, you have your games now, like Fortnite and Valorant, Call of Duty, but Melee is just Melee. Melee is not being updated. It's a Smash Bros. Game that came out in 2001, and this competitive scene is still massive. My ultimate blunder was falling down this rabbit hole of just countless interesting things that have happened in this competitive scene over the last more than 20 years.
This is it. No. Look at it. Look at it. The down smash. It's over. He did the it's over. Upset did it. Upset did it.
It's baffling to me that, like, I'll be watching a clip and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. When was this event? Oh, it happened when I was 6? Awesome.
Happy feet. Combo combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco.
Now, my interest in Melee sparked with Ultimate, but what really sent it off the charts was over the Christmas break. Now, like I said before, I was playing Ultimate on my roommate's Switch. I don't really own any Nintendo consoles. At my house, I have a Wii, which I have Brawl on, which is great, but I wanted kind of a semi-competitive experience, and Brawl just, it doesn't feel like that to me. So I did the logical thing, and I got this program called Slippy on my computer, which basically allows you to play Melee online, and I'm completely lying because I did that only after buying a GameCube and Melee. And it was pricey. It was pricey. A copy of Melee on the GameCube is about as much as the GameCube. But I can't say that I regret it one bit, because over the Christmas break, my best friend, he goes to college somewhere pretty far from here. I don't really see him much through the year. So over the Christmas break, it was really nice to have a GameCube that I could bring to his house and just pop Melee in and play Melee on his TV with a GameCube. It was really, really cool. And despite my crazy interest in the crazy inner workings of this game, the techs, the competitive scene, there are so many things you can do in this game that you just can't do in any other game. There are so many difficult techs that you have to learn on the GameCube controller, which, in my opinion, might be my new favorite controller of all time. Like, just for Smash Bros, like Ultimate and Melee, I bought this beautiful, the only brand new licensed Nintendo GameCube controller you can get anymore, and it's just like, oh! But despite all its intricacies and all the things interesting about it, I think my favorite time with Melee was bringing that GameCube over to my friend's house and just playing Melee, messing around. Didn't matter the techs. It didn't matter how good I was. It didn't matter who won. It was just amazing. It felt like I was a kid gaming in the early 2000s with my best friend, being excited to bring the console over with a game and just play for hours and hours till the late hours, and then I'd drive home and I'd be like, man, I can't wait to do this again in a few days. And essentially at its core, that's why I'm so hooked on Smash Bros right now, is because it's a phenomenal friendship builder. It's a phenomenal friendship maintainer, I don't know, but it's just a phenomenal time, and that's what Nintendo was going for. They wanted a group game where everybody's having, even if you're losing, everybody's having a good time, and you may be having less of a time with the super competitive ones, like, I don't know, Melee. That program I mentioned earlier, Slippy, it's great, it's awesome. You can play Melee online, which was something you could never do before, but some of the people in this, like, online on this program are just so good. Like, Melee is in one of its bigger renaissance. It's in one of its bigger comebacks right now because of this Slippy.gg, where you can play Melee online. And there are some insanely good, skilled players on here that don't play competitively that probably could and probably should and probably will. But regardless, even when I'm getting absolutely destroyed on online Melee, it's still fun because I'm learning and I'm getting better, and it's just a fun game to learn. Any Smash Bros. Game is a fun game to learn. It's fun to pick a character and just stick with them, and to have a main in any fighting game. It's really fun to have a main. My favorite character in every Smash game has always incomparably been Mario, not just because I've always been a pretty huge enjoyer of Mario games, but because his moveset is always so fun. I admit, he is much better in some games than he is in others. But it doesn't really matter, because if you're playing casually, competitively, you'll get whooped. But casually, it's just for a good time. Like, I think Little Mac's pretty fun. Essentially, Smash Bros. Has something for everybody. If you want an amazing competitive game to play, Smash Bros. Melee. If you want an amazing casual game to play, Smash Bros. Brawl. If you want a great mix of the two, Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you're an absolute psycho and you want Mario and Luigi to kill each other for some reason, well, this is your game. All you Sonic fanboys out there that think that Sonic could beat Mario and Luigi at the same time, prove it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really good to be back. I'm sorry I was gone for so long, but at least you know where I was. But this isn't going to be a regular thing where I'm just gone for a month or 2 months. Like, I don't want to be putting out one video every month, 2 months, because it doesn't take me that long to make videos. Probably one every 2 weeks at the latest. I would love to get a video out every week. I can't promise that because I'm not sure what my schedule with work and school and when I can record will permit, but I would like to get as many out as I can, one a week, ideally one every 2 weeks at the absolute latest. I can promise that. But it's great to be back. It's great to be making a video again. It's great to see you even if I can't see you. If you enjoyed this video, maybe consider dropping a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. As always, thank you.
Game!